Today, I'm going to talk about the human body's immune system and give a brief overview of what it is, what it does, and what it is made up of. What is the immune system? Well, the immune system is the body's defense mechanism where it fights infection from bacteria, viruses, and other microbes. The immune system is also made up of various cells and chemicals that fight infection that are within the body. There are three lines of defense within the immune system. The first line of defense is the physical and chemical barriers, such as your skin, the hair, the mucus from your nose, the saliva from your mouth, sweat, and tears. The second line of defense is a group of cells, tissues, and organs that work together to protect the body. This is the second line of defense within the immune system. These cells are white blood cells, such as neutrophils, macrophages, and dendritic cells. To the third line of defense. This is known as the specific immune response. The specific immune response is where the B cells and T cells are activated. These cells help fight infection by producing antibodies. Now we are going to discuss what types of cells are involved. So now we're going to discuss briefly what happens when a pathogen enters the body. Say a pathogen has entered the body. First to arrive is the neutrophil, which releases chemical granules to attempt to kill the pathogen. If this does not work, then the macrophages arrive. These guys attempt to eat or absorb the pathogen and rid it from the body. Now floating around in the body are proteins that recognize pathogens. These proteins attach to the pathogen and cause a series of events known as the complement cascade. Now, if the pathogen survives and is able to successfully invade a human cell, then another strategy is applied. The human cells release a sort of stress signal to other cells. This brings the natural killer cell into the scene. The NK cell basically informs a human cell that it has to die by releasing chemicals into that cell. If this is successful, the cell will die and take the pathogen with it. Another strategy to stop a pathogen from entering the cell is by using antibodies, which are made up from B cells. These antibodies from B cells float around in the blood and attach themselves to pathogens and proteins. These pathogen proteins can release and become engulfed by the dendritic cell. The dendritic cell takes the pathogen's proteins into a molecule, the MHC, and then the T helper cells can release the chemicals that informs the B cells how to make the certain type of antigen and also trigger macrophages to arrive. T cytotoxic cells then receive a signal from the MCH molecule and is then able to search for infected human cells, kill it and the pathogen as well. This is how the immune system works and what it is made up of. This is only a brief explanation about the immune system as it is very detailed and complicated.